That looks really good. Yeah, give it a little toss too, you know?
Oh yeah, like the bowl?
Yeah, toss it up. This is where all the seasonings get everything. It's very even.
Like that.
Yeah, let me show you. You can just like do it now. You want to get in there and like really like shake it, you know what I mean? Shake it.
I'm Dae, and welcome to Sauce and Sip, where great food and cultures connect. Being from the Caribbean, food has always been a huge part of my experience. It's always brought my family and friends together. So, on today's episode, we're going to be making pork chops with a side of asparagus. But first, let me introduce my special guest, Alijah, Chef Alijah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, I can't wait to eat. Usually I'm the one always cooking, so if I don't have to cook right now, I'm okay. I'll help you out.
That's good. So I'm just gonna start prepping these pork chops. How has it been?
It's been good. Yeah, everything's been okay. How about yourself?
Good. You been busy?
Yeah, I actually have a restaurant. The restaurant is Kxngs Table. We're actually located in Vaughan.
Okay.
I'm the chef and owner of it, so I'm very busy. Very busy. 6-7 days a week. Lots of time.
What kind of cuisine do you guys specialize in?
So we have a little bit of everything. We have, our comfort food. We have some healthier options. A little bit of my touch in there, a little bit of Caribbean seasoning and everything. I got to make sure everyone still gets some heat in it. I like flavorful food, right? Yeah. And we also have a fine dining menu also. So I'm very versatile. I don't like to stick to one thing.
Amazing. Where in the Caribbean is your family from?
Well, some people say it's not from the Caribbean, but we're from Guyana. So I'm going to say it's from the Caribbean.
That is. Definitely. That's the African diaspora still.
Yeah, pretty much. Get some paper towel for you.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll dry these off for you too. You got to make sure you always dry off your meat before you season it.
Smart. Yeah. For sure.
That way it's gonna have like water seasoning, and you never want that.
Yeah, it doesn't stick
pork
right.
Too, the flavor has to get in there for sure.
That's good. All right. That is delicious. All right. So I'm gonna finish putting the dry seasonings on. Why don't you go over there and pick out a bottle of wine, and I'll meet you there in a minute. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good to me.
See you.
Yeah, I knew exactly what wine I wanted, so it's pretty fast.
Oh, okay. Well, you can help me out.
Oh, I'm here to help. So
yeah.
Before we cut anything, though, we're gonna want to put something underneath the cutting board for sure, because if you have it here and you start cutting, your hand's gonna slip, and then your fingers are gone. Believe me, this nail, I cut it off one night completely. So because we don't have any kitchen towels right now, I'm gonna get some paper towel, just dampen it up, and put it underneath the cutting board so we have something sturdy.
I did not even know that trick.
Yeah.
I always struggle with that too. I'm always just like
moving around, eh? Yeah. You never want to do that. Take it from me or you'll lose a nail.
Oh no.
Yeah, see? There you go. Now we're nice and sturdy.
Whoa. Okay. You want to use this one maybe?
No
I'm going to put the dry seasonings on.
Okay. What seasonings do we have here?
We've got paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder for our dry seasonings.
Smells good.
They're going to complement the sauce really well.
Season it up for us. So don't be scared to season it. Get in there.
We're never scared over here.
This is no salt and pepper. Really rub it in there too.
Yeah. Also,
the asparagus, you don't really need to cut it. They naturally break off at the point, so wherever you feel it, it just instantly snaps like that. Because you don't want to. This is bottom part here. You don't want it.
Yeah.
And then if you want to like be fancy and stuff, you can trim up the bottom a bit.
Good tip. So many good tips.
No problem at all.
What is your favorite dish at your restaurant to make personally?
My favorite dish, I'd have to say, would be Rasta pasta.
Oh.
I have to say. And you know what? Everyone has Rasta pasta, or it might sound cliche, but honestly, the way I do it, I'd have to say it's best in the city. And I say that so confident.
I've never had Rasta pasta. What does that even consist of?
Never?
No.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen that, one spot, but I never tried it, like the actual dish.
So it's Alfredo sauce, make it from scratch, of course. Penne noodles, I put bell peppers, and every order I grill 1 piece of jerk chicken to order. And I take the chicken off the bone and put it inside and let that sauce cook with the jerk. So it's very infused, yeah. That looks really good. Yeah, give it a little toss too, you know?
Oh yeah, like the bowl?
Yeah, toss it up. This is where all the seasonings get everything. It's very even.
Like that.
Yeah, let me show you. You can just like doing that. You want to get in there and like really like shake it. You know what I mean? Shake it. And there you go.
Wow, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, you used all the seasonings too, eh?
Do you want to start the?
Yeah, I got you.
On, some oil in there. We're gonna fry these. These look so good.
Oh, come on. Perfect. Yeah, I got you there. Oil's heating up right now. Just gonna fill the pot up with water to blanch off our asparagus.
Perfect. So I've heard that you have a dish at your restaurant that you marinate for 96 hours.
You are correct. It is the jerk chicken. So, you know, when you hear 96 hours, you're like, oh, that's really long. Like, what happens to the meat? So what I do is I sit it in a brine for the first 2 days, the first 48 hours, which is, you know, water, sugar, salt, other things, which I can't say on camera because I don't want to know my secrets. So I let it sit in there. It extracts all the moisture out of the chicken. And then after the next 2 days, I drain it, put our jerk marinade in our paste on, and let that sit for another 2 days. So this way the meat gets flavorful and the bones get flavorful.
Wow.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference. You might say, oh, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But everything matters, pretty much.
No, definitely, the details. Yeah. That's amazing. How did you figure that out? Like, where did you learn that technique, or is it just a...
You know what it was? YouTube.
Yeah?
YouTube. There's a chef I really love. His name is Kxngs Table. Sorry if I butchered that name. I don't mean to do it. He was on YouTube one day and he explained his marinade, doing the 96 hours. So the longer it marinates, the better. And I tried it out myself, tried the different variations, and then I found out that honestly, it's really good. It's better than half these Caribbean stores out here. Just saying.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. Huh. So I'm just gonna throw this asparagus in the water for you real quick, and grab you a nice a bowl of cold water.
What's the cold water for?
So basically what happens is we're gonna blanch the asparagus for about 30 seconds to a minute just to get some color on it before we throw it in the oven. And the cold water is gonna be so it stops cooking. Oh. So if you put in hot water or you left it on a cutting board, it's gonna continue cooking and get soft, right? So this instantly stops the cooking.
I'm learning so much today.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got it from here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go chill for a bit and I'm gonna finish up, okay?
All right, just let me know if you have any questions.
All right, sounds good, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, everything's here.
Wow, you didn't have to snap like this.
Thank you for the tips.
No problem at all. Let me pour you a glass of wine.
Thank you.
Oh, I need to go back to the room.
What kind of wine is this? Did you pick?
This is a red wine, one of my favorites. I always eat it with my pork.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Should we start?
Yes, let's have a bite. See how we did. It was so good. The sauce. Good?
Sauce is definitely nice.
For our audience, can you please tell me a bit about how your cooking journey got started?
So it's kind of a funny story, you know, waking up in the morning with my grandmother, she was making bakes, tuna, all that stuff, right? So one morning I took a little piece of bake, threw it in the stove thinking, you know, I wasn't sure because I couldn't see fully yet. And actually splashed me back and burned me. So that's my first taste of actual cooking, which now I get burned and I just shake it off and continue working. So this kind of started everything out. You know, I love working with new ingredients, you know, and honestly putting a smile on people's face. Cooking is a sensation that it's so hard to come across, right? Yeah. And it's something you always strive for. And then especially the team environment in the kitchen, it's such a tight team, right? We have 5 guys, and like the 5 guys is your family, brothers, sisters, cousins, you know what I mean? Like, everyone is so tight, and the journey kind of it happened kind of miraculously because I was always in sports my whole life. And I actually, one year going to university, I actually broke my shoulder. And I kind of said to myself, you know, do I still want to go to university for a full year and miss my rookie year playing football? Or do I want to cook? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to cook. I'm going to do it. So I went to George Brown, got accepted with 5 days left. And ever since then, here we are.
Wow, okay. That's amazing. When did you open your first restaurant? What was that opening like?
So I've opened my first restaurant on January 15th of this year, Kxngs Table. We're located in Vaughan, kind of Concord area. The feeling is still kind of surreal because I can't believe I'm still so young that have done it. And just, you know, every day new challenges face me, you know what I mean? Have to get through it and just keep pushing forward. And by next year, maybe the year after, open another restaurant and just keep doing what we're doing at this point.
Wow, okay. Tell me a bit about where your inspirations come for your meals.
I have to say my inspirations come from a little bit of everywhere. I haven't really just figured out one inspiration I want to stick with. You know, I like different chefs, the way they do things. Some chefs, you know, I learned what not to do. That's also inspiration because you don't want to be like those guys getting burnt out. And inspiration comes from family, you know what I mean? It really comes from, you know, your family cooking things that you enjoy a lot and kind of putting your own spin on it and seeing how, okay, you know what, if I really love it, I want 300 people to love it. What am I gonna do to change it, right? Because not everyone's gonna wanna eat what you eat, right? You're gonna have to make it appealing to the public. So a lot of YouTube, a lot of books, and just learning, little spots. It doesn't have to be a fancy restaurant. It could be, I once went to a West Indian restaurant that probably the size of this half the table. Literally, this was the size of it. You just walk in, you're a little tight spot like this, you get your food and you're out, and something like that, I'm like, wow, if someone can do this in this little tight spot and make delicious food, I can do the same thing. And it's great. You just take it, learn a bit, see what you like, see what you don't like, and next thing you know, you got an amazing meal.
That's so cool. I love that. How, so during the pandemic, how have you been able to innovate your business to continue to serve your community?
So definitely the pandemic has faced some, you know, struggles here and there. Definitely making it takeout friendly, you know, whether on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, making it very user friendly for people to come, whether it's curbside pickup, or just make sure everyone feels safe in an environment because not everyone is gonna wanna come out. Even if I deliver myself, I'll drive half an hour, 45 minutes to deliver food to someone because I wanna make sure that they still have a chance to eat, right? Yeah. So I'm just making it user friendly, safe for everyone to invite to my restaurant and enjoy.
So I heard you have a meal prep service. So is that done like on a weekly schedule?
Yeah, so done on a weekly schedule, whether it's, you know, 5 meals a week, 10 meals a week, 15 meals a week. Some people might even want 25 meals a week. It all kind of depends on what you want out of it. So that's kind of how it started out first. I was doing meal preps in my kitchen at my mom's house, you know, taking photos on my Instagram. I didn't even launch the Kxngs Table Instagram yet. And it was kind of just blowing up. People were like, oh, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? But what's crazy though is that when they'd message me, I'd tell them the prices, which in my opinion aren't expensive. Yeah. But they'd be like, oh, I didn't think it'd be that much. And I'm like, guys, well, your food costs money to make. You know what I mean? If I'm here for 6 hours and buying ingredients, at the end of the day, I make what, $5? Yeah. So having the meal prep service definitely was a gateway to meeting new people and meeting new clients to actually help me launch the restaurant.
Yeah. It's like a little tester.
Yeah, it was a test run, basically.
Actual.
Yeah, pretty much.
Infrastructure. That's amazing. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a tough one. Cause like one of my favorite things is wings, right? But wings aren't a meal, so I'm gonna eat what 60, 80 wings a day. If it's the rest of my life, I'd have to say honestly, my mom's curry beef with my grandmother's roti. That is like the perfect combination ever. One time she made a big pot, like big pot, like 10 liters. And when the span of like a full weekend, it's probably like 3-4 servings left. Cause I was just home for the weekend and I was
Just you?
Yeah, so good. I couldn't help myself. I just kept eating and eating and eating. I couldn't stop it. And then, so yeah, I had to say that's it right there. You know, shout out to my mom, you know, obviously you gotta give her love because she throws it down.
If you could give me 3 words to describe your food to entice someone to come and visit your restaurant, what would they be?
Fulfilling, because you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be satisfied for sure. And this is kind of where it gets hard now because do you say delicious? Do you say tasty? Do you say enjoyable, savory? Because everyone's thing is different, right? Someone might think this is delicious, someone might say, it's okay, right? You know what I mean? There's one thing saying, oh yeah, food's okay, but there's one thing saying like, oh, the food's okay, you know what I mean? Like you're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Definitely fulfilling and clean, I'll say that for sure. I cook very clean. I don't drown my food in oil, preservatives, MSG, none of that stuff there. And the last word, honestly, on what I'm gonna say is, I'm just gonna go out ahead and say the food is orgasmic. I'm just gonna say that, straight up, straight up. Because I have people come to the restaurant, and there's one thing when someone tells you, yeah, you know, your food was good. But when I see people and they look at me and they're like, bro, your food was good. Like, we're coming back.
Wow.
That's when I'm like, okay, yeah. They're having a feeling, right? Because they're just feeling it and they're coming back. And a couple of my friends have actually came 3 times in 1 week. So I was like, yeah, you guys definitely love the food.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out and say it right then and there.
Well, that's good to hear from me personally. I definitely will be visiting. I like to hear also that you're very conscious about how you're creating your food and making sure that you're not adding too much, you know, oil and whatnot. Because some people, they'll compromise the actual health of the meal,
Yeah.
and the nourishment for the taste. That would definitely keep me coming back. So that's good to hear.
Thank you, thank you.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
all of my questions for you. I think
All
we
right.
covered a lot. I know a lot more about Mr. Chef Alijah now at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
So thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving me so many tips. You taught me so much today, actually. I learned a lot from you. I appreciate that, you sharing your knowledge with me and enjoying this meal with me.
Yeah, let's eat. And
Yeah.
thank you for having me. Nonetheless, I'm very grateful to be here. And at this point, let's just continue eating your delicious food and
For sure.
call it a day.
Before that, can you guys please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow all of us on our socials. They'll be linked down below. You can follow Chef Alijah, myself, Island Sauce, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.